Today's money. Mr. Fox looked at the money bag that Rich had brought over with great effort, and fell silent for a while. To be honest, he had been staring at Rich all the time, so he already knew how Rich got these coins, and he felt curious and shocked about Rich's head. What kind of person could come up with such a method to quickly obtain these coins without causing a noticeable impact on society? He could do it according to Rich's method, so he could save 10% of the commission fee, but he didn't plan to do so. Suddenly he realized that compared to that 10% commission fee, Rich's head was the real valuable thing. This head that always amazed people was his greatest wealth. Do you want me to count it? Rich stood up straight, stretched his body, and sighed in relief. He sat on the chair without any image, took out a pack of cigarettes, lit one, and took a comfortable puff. I can wait. Mr. Fox shook his head and instructed his subordinates to take away the coins. These funds would be sent to the Federal Tax Bureau for counting, registration, and then taxation, before being deposited into the bank at a later time. For individuals like Mr. Fox, there haven't been many good methods or ways to solve these problems in recent times. To put it less politely, most of the people in this line of work are not exactly social elites. They don't have high levels of education and have no understanding of many things in various professional fields. Some of them don't even know many characters. Their business doesn't require all of this. As long as they are not afraid of death and not afraid of trouble, they can get by. This has also led to many problems. In recent years, both the Bailey Federation investigation and the federal tax have been keeping an eye on these people, not only targeting their actions, but also the money in their pockets. They don't have much legitimate business, which has caused them a lot of trouble. Having money but not being able to spend it has become a silent pain. In response to this, the Bailey Federation has also introduced a series of laws to restrict large cash transactions. According to the regulations, cash transactions exceeding $5,000 must be reported, and transactions exceeding $50,000 must be reviewed. Even large cash deposits into banks require advance notification of the source of funds and the potential purpose of use, as well as providing sufficient and complete tax payment proof to prove that the money has no issues. With the comprehensive blockade and the strict vigilance of the personnel in the Bailey Federal Tax, who are given titles such as investigator, agent, and even special agent, everyone is living a difficult life. Although there are stacks of banknotes in the safe, they can't be taken out. Even going out for enjoyment could result in targeted inspections and reviews. These are truly difficult days. But now, Mr. Fox sees something special in Rich, not just a simple coin transaction, but much more, something he has always longed for. Coming back to his senses, he looked at Rich and shrugged, I should pay you. Just the change, $560, Rich generously rounded down a few dollars to increase mutual trust. Mr. Fox smiled, opened a drawer, and inside were many banknotes, including $50 and $100 denominations. When his hand reached for a $100 bill, Rich cleared his throat, I think $5 and $10 bills would be better. What do you think? Mr. Fox nodded calmly and counted out $560 for him. $100 bills are rarely used in daily life, mostly in corporate settlements and some reported large cash transactions. This is a society that still doesn't have internet and electronic office systems, and there are actually many loopholes in the banking system that can drive people crazy. To avoid some problems they have already discovered, large transactions between companies are still conducted in cash, rather than through telephone transfers, especially interbank transfers, which always encounter problems. If someone uses $100 bills to make purchases, they will definitely attract the attention of certain departments right away. Don't underestimate people's sense of justice. Many store owners, in the process of conducting official business such as tax reporting, receive promotional brochures or have someone verbally explain certain information to them. For example, when someone pays with a $100 banknote, they should know what to do and the benefits of doing so, as well as the consequences of not doing so. This makes it difficult for $100 banknotes to be spent in the middle and lower class society. If someone has a lot of $100 banknotes, a judge may approve a search warrant even if the evidence is not sufficient. This is also the most painful aspect for people like Mr. Fox. The money is just sitting in a drawer or somewhere, and they can't spend it. They might not even find someone who wants it. The reason why he pretended to go get a $100 banknote was actually to test Rich. If Rich didn't say anything, their business would be limited to coin transactions. Someone who can't distinguish between important and unimportant matters, lacks caution and vigilance, doesn't know deeper connections. Fortunately, Rich successfully passed this hurdle. Mr. Fox placed his hands on the armrests of the chair and looked at Rich with a slight tilt of his head. This speed is too slow. Do you have a better solution? Rich also discreetly put the banknotes in his pocket and replied, there will be more in a few days, and soon your treasures will see the light of day. Mr. Fox didn't ask any further questions, he just sighed with relief. I look forward to that day. The city where Rich is located, Sabin City, is one of the lower-ranking second-tier cities in the entire Bailey Federation, with a total population of less than 800,000 people. However, every day, this small city can sell at least 100,000 newspapers, which means $50,000 in loose change even if they are all local newspapers. And in Rich's plan, loose change is not the only channel, there are various retail industries and the like. Currently, the main circulating currency in society is coins, as well as $1, $2, and $5 banknotes. Except for $2 and $5 banknotes, which are unlikely to appear in laundry shops, $1 banknotes are possible. After his influence began to expand, he could attract all the loose change in the city, but this business couldn't be done for long. The Bailey Federation tax would notice him, and the investigative agency would investigate whether he had close connections with these people. He didn't want to be like Mr. Fox, forever hiding in the corners and shadows. He wanted to be a tycoon, a legend. He wanted to stand in the spotlight and receive people's admiration. That's his life. Now, everything he's doing is just to have a perfect start,